they shame the summer skies. We have hearts for them in plenty, they have hearts for all too few. We alas are 4 and 20, they alas are only 2. We alas of 4 and 20, they alas are only 2.
Do all you maidens love them?
Passionately!
These gondoliers are to be envied greatly. But what a rush! One and all adore you. Have pity on our passion, we implore you.
These gentlemen must make their choice before you.
In the meantime, we tacitly ignore you. When we have chosen to, that leaves you plenty. 2 dozen we, and ye are 4 and 20.
Joy, don't you worry,
With pleasure, nobody contradicente. For the merriest fellows are we. Who ply on the emerald sea. With loving and laughing and quipping and quaffing, we're happy as happy can be. With loving and laughing and quipping and quaffing, we're happy as happy can be. With sorrow we've nothing to do. And care is a thing to poo-poo. And jealously yellow, unfortunate fellow, we drown in the shimmering blue. And jealously yellow, unfortunate fellow, we drown in the shimmering blue. share.
Buongiorno cavalieri,
Siamo gondolieri, signorina, io t'amo.
contadine siamo,
Signorine,
contadine cavalieri.
gondolieri, poveri gondolieri, poveri gondolieri. Buongiorno, signorine,
Gondolieri carissimi, siamo contadine.
servitori umilissimi, per noi questi fiori bellissimi. Signorine, gondolieri, we're called gondolieri, but that's a they carry. It's quite honorary, the trade that we ply. For gallantry noted, since we were short-coated, to beauty devoted, Giuseppe and I. When morning is breaking, our couches forsaking, to greet their awaking, with carols we come, and summer days nooning, when weary lagooning, our mandolins tuning, we raise his drum, ta-la-la, ta-la-la, mandolins tuning, ta-la-la, 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 ta-la-la. When vessels are ringing, with hope ever clinging, with songs of our singing, our vigil we keep. When daylight is fading, enwrapped in thy shading, with soft serenading, we sing them to sleep. With soft serenading, we sing them to sleep. With soft serenading, we sing them to sleep. We call gondolieri, 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 cha-la-la-la-la, cha-la-la-la. Gondolieri, gondolieri, cha-la-la-la-la, cha-la-la-la, 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 cha-la-la. And now to choose our bride. As all are young and fair, and amiable besides, we really do not care a preference to declare. A bias to disclose would be indelicate, and therefore we propose to let impartial fate select for us a mate. But how do they propose to let impartial fate select for them a mate? These handkerchiefs upon our eyes be good enough to bind, and take good care that both of us is absolutely blind. Then turn us round and we, with your convenient dispatch, we're under undertake to marry any two of you we catch.
You know they undertake to marry any two of us they catch.
Are you peeping? Can you see me?
Dark I'm keeping, dark and dreamy.
You're blinded, truly say so.
All right-minded players play so.
Conduct shady, they are cheating. Surely they deserve a beating.
It's too much is mean and smoking conduct such is truly shocking.
You can
Fight for shame, fight for shame, fight for shame. You can teach us a something, so you can teach us a something, so you can
My papa, he keeps 3 horses, black and white and double grazer. Turn 3 times and take your courses, catch whichever girl you may serve.
My papa, he keeps 3 horses, black and white and apple grazer. Turn 3 times and take your courses, catch whichever girl you may serve. My papa, he keeps 3 horses, black and white and apple grazer. I've at length achieved a catcher. This is Tessa. Rapture, rapture. To me, Janetta fate has granted just the very girl I wanted.
Just the very girl you wanted.
If you'd rather change,
My goodness, this indeed is simple rudeness.
I've no preference whatever.
Listen to him. Well, I never. Thank you, gallant lord, I'm very innocent and full of pleasure. It was scarcely necessary to express a pleasure. Thou hast no proof of treasure unto gallant Gondoliers. Let the words
on the sunny Spanish shore, the Duke of Placertor,
And his Grace is Duchess true,
And His Grace's daughter too.
And His Grace's private drum to Venetia shores have come, to Venetia shores have come. And if ever they get back to Spain, they will never go to sea again. They will never go to sea again.
neither that grandee from Spanish shore, the noble Duke of Placertor,
nor his Grace's Duchess staunch and true.
You may add His Grace's daughter too.
Nor His Grace's own particular drum to Venetia shores have come, to Venetia shores have come. If ever they get back to Spain, they will never go to sea again. They will never go to sea again. They will never go to sea again.
At last we have arrived at our destination. This is the Ducal Palace, and it is here that the Grand Inquisitor resides. As a Castilian Hidalgo of 95 quatrains, I regret that I am unable to pay my state visit on a horse. As a Castilian Hidalgo of that description, I should have preferred to ride through the streets of Venice. But owing, I presume, to an unusually wet season, the streets are in such a condition that equestrian exercise is impracticable. No matter. Where's our suite?
Your lord, I'm here.
Why do you not do yourself the honour to kneel when you address His Grace?
My love, it is such a small matter. Still, you best do as she says.
The young man seems to entertain but an imperfect appreciation of the respect due from a menial to a Castilian Hidalgo.
My child, you are hard upon our suite.
Papa, I've no patience with the presumption of persons in his plebeian position. If he does not appreciate that position, let him be whipped until he does.
Let us hope that the omission was not intended as a slight. I should be much hurt if I thought it was. So would he. Where are the halberdiers who were to have had the honour of meeting us here, so that our visit to the Grand Inquisitor might have been made in becoming state?
Your Grace, the halberdiers are a mercenary people who stipulated for a trifle on account.
Oh, how tiresome. Well, let us hope that that Grand Inquisitor is a blind gentleman. And the band who were to have had the honour of escorting us, I see no band.
Your Grace, the band are sordid persons who require to be paid in advance.
That's so like a band.
Insuperable difficulties meet me at every turn.
But surely they know His Grace.
Exactly. They know His Grace.
What? Well, let us hope that that Grand Inquisitor is a deaf gentleman. A cornet, a piston would be something. I don't suppose you possess the accomplishment of tootling like a cornet, a piston.
Alas, no, Your Grace. But I can imitate a farmyard.
Oh, I don't see how that would help. I don't see how we could bring it in.
It would not help us in the least. We're not a party of braziers come to market. Don't.
Child, how sweet feelings. Be so good as to ring the bell and inform the Grand Inquisitor that His Grace, the Duke of Placertoro, Count Matadoro, Baron Picadoro,
And sweet.
and Sweet have arrived in Venice and seek
Desire.
Demand.
and demand an audience.
Your Grace is but to command.
I felt sure of it. I was sure of it. And now, my love. Oh, shall we tell her? Yes, I think so. And now, my love, prepare yourself for a magnificent surprise. I am now about to reveal to you a secret which should make you the happiest young lady in Venice.
A secret.
A secret secret which for state reasons it has been necessary to preserve for 20 years.
Yes, when you were but a prattling babe of 6 months old, you were married by proxy to no less a personage than the son and heir of his immeasurably wealthy, the King of Barataria.
Married to the infant son of the King of Barataria? Was I consulted? Well, then it was a most unpardonable liberty.
Oh, consider his extreme youth and forgive him. Shortly after the ceremony was conducted, this misguided monarch abandoned the creed of his forefathers and became a Wesleyan Methodist of the most bigoted and persecuting type. The Grand Inquisitor, determined that the perpetuation would not be carried out throughout Barataria, caused your smiling but unconscious husband to be stolen and conveyed to Venice. A fortnight since, this Methodist monarch and all his Wesleyan court were killed in an insurrection. And we are here in Venice to ascertain the whereabouts of your husband. And to hail you, our daughter, as Her Majesty, the reigning Queen of Barataria.
Your Majesty!
It is at times such as this that one realises how necessary it is to travel with a full band.
I, the Queen of Barataria? But I've nothing to wear. We are practically penniless.
No. That point has not gone unnoticed. It is true that at the moment I am in unhappily straitened circumstances, but my social influence is something enormous. And a company to be called the Duke of Plazzatoro Limited is in course of formation to work me. An influential director has been secured, and I myself shall join the board after allotment.
Am I to understand that the Queen of Barataria may be called upon at any time to witness her honoured sire in process of liquidation?
The speculation is not exempt from that drawback. If your father should stop, it will of course be necessary to wind him up.
But it's so undignified. It's so degrading. A grandee of Spain turned into a public company. Such a thing was never heard of.
My child, the Duke of Plazzatoro does not follow fashion. He leads them. He leads everybody. When he was in the army, he led his regiment. He occasionally led them into action. He invariably led them out of it. In enterprise of martial kind, when there was any fighting, he led his regiment from behind. He found it less exciting. But when away his regiment ran, his place was at the foro. That celebrated, cultivated, underrated nobleman, the Duke of Plazzatoro. In
Castle Farmer's life, you always found that night.
That celebrated, cultivated, underrated nobleman, the Duke of Plazzatoro. When to invade destructions and to hide they all proceeded, no soldier in that gallant band did half as well as he did. He lay concealed throughout the war and so preserved his coro. That very knowing, easygoing, overflowing paladin, the Duke of Plazzatoro.
In every doubt he did, he always took the lead.
The Duke of Plazzatoro. When told that they would all be shot unless they left the service, the hero hesitated not, so marvellous his nerve is. He sent his resignation in the first of all the choral. That very knowing, overflowing, easygoing paladin, the Duke of Plazzatoro.
To men of present day, he always showed the way.
That very knowing, overflowing, easygoing paladin, the Duke of Plazzatoro. That very knowing, overflowing, easygoing paladin, the Duke of Plazzatoro.
nothing I trust you should ever have reason to repent.
Nay, Louis, it may not be. I have embraced you for the last time.
Casilda!
I've just learnt to my surprise and indignation that I was wed in babyhood to the infant son of the King of Barataria.
The infant son of the King of Barataria? The child who was stolen in infancy by the Inquisition?
The same. But of course, you know his story.
Know his story? Why, I've often told you my mother was the nurse into whose charge he was entrusted.
True, I had forgotten. Well, he has been discovered, and my father has brought me here to claim his hand.
But you will not recognise this marriage. It took place when you were too young to understand its import.
Nay, Louis, respect my principles, and cease to torture me with vain entreaties. Henceforth, my life is another's.
But stay. The present and the future, they are another's. But the past, that at least is ours, and none can take it from us. As we may revel in naught else, let us revel in that.
I don't think I grasp your meaning.
Yet it is logical enough. You say you ceased to love me.
I say I may not love you.
But you do not say you did not love me.
I loved you with a phrase that words are powerless to express, and that but 10 brief minutes since.
Exactly, my own. That is, until 10 minutes since, my own. My lately loved, my recently adored. Tell me that and still say, a quarter of an hour ago, I was all in all to thee.
I see your idea. It's ingenious, but don't do that.
There can be no harm in revelling in the past.
None whatever, but an embrace cannot be taken to act retrospectively.
Perhaps not.
We may recollect an embrace. I recollect many, but we must not repeat them.
Then let us recollect a few. Casilda, you were to me as the sun is to the earth.
A quarter of an hour ago?
About that.
And to think that but for this miserable discovery, you would have been my own for life.
Through life to death. A quarter of an hour ago.
How greedily my thirsty ears would have drunk the golden melody of those sweet words, a quarter, well, it's now about 20 minutes since.
About that. In such matters one cannot be too precise.
And now our love, so full of life, is but a silent, solemn memory.
Must it be so, Casilda?
Louis, it must be so.
There was a time forever gone away with me. It was no crime to love but thee alone with me. One heart
My child, allow me to introduce you His Distinction, Don Alhambra de la Belero, Grand Inquisitor of Spain. It was His Distinction who so thoughtfully abstracted your infant husband and brought him here to Venice.
So, this is the little lady who is so unexpectedly called upon to assume the functions of royalty, and a very nice little lady, too.
Jim, isn't she?
Oh, distinctly, Jimp. Allow me. Oh, naughty temper.
You must make her some allowances. Her Majesty's head is a little turned by her access of dignity.
I could have wished that her access of dignity had turned it a little in this direction.
Unfortunately, if I am not mistaken, there appears to be some little doubt as to His Majesty's whereabouts.
A doubt as to his whereabouts. Then we may yet be saved.
A doubt? A doubt? Oh, dear me, no doubt whatsoever. He's here in Venice plying the modest but picturesque calling of a gondolier. I see him every day. I can give you his address. Oh, dear me, no. In the entire annals of our history, there has been no circumstance so entirely free from all manner of doubt whatever. Listen, I'll tell you all about it. I stole the prince and I brought him here and left him gaily prattling with a highly respectable gondolier who promised the royal babe to rear and teach him the trade of a timer with his own beloved prattling. Both of the babes were strong and stout and considering all things clever. Of that there is no manner of doubt, no probable possible shadow of doubt, no possible doubt whatever.
No possible doubt whatever.
But owing I'm much disposed to fear to his terrible taste for tippling, that highly respectable gondolier could never declare with a mind sincere which of the two was his offspring dear and which the royal stripling. Which was which he could never make out despite his best endeavours. Of that there is no manner of doubt, no probable possible shadow of doubt, no possible doubt whatever.
No possible doubt whatever.
Time sped, and when at the end of the year I sought that infant cherished, the highly respectable gondolier was lying a corpse on his humble bier. I dropped a grand inquisitor's tear. Boo-hoo! The gondolier had perished. A taste for drink combined with gout had carried him off forever. Of that there is no manner of doubt, no probable possible shadow of doubt, no possible doubt whatever.
No possible doubt whatever.
The children followed his own career, the statement can't be parried, of a highly respectable gondolier, and one of the two will soon be here. But which of the two of his offspring dear is the royal prince you married? Search in and out and round about, and you'll discover never a tale so free from every doubt, or probable possible shadow of doubt, no possible doubt whatever.
A tale so free from every doubt, no possible shadow of doubt, no possible doubt whatever.
To say that I am married to one of two gondoliers, but it is impossible to say which.
Without any doubt of any kind whatever. But be reassured, the nurse to whom your husband was entrusted is the mother of this rather delicious young man.
How did he know that?
My young friend, a Grand Inquisitor is always up to date. She is currently married to a rather disgusting brigand who carries on an extensive and lucrative practice in the hills around Cordoba. Accompanied by two of my emissaries, he will go at once to his mother's address and bring her to the court at Barataria. She will no doubt be able to identify the king without any question, but should she have any difficulty, a little stay in my torture chamber will no doubt jog her memory. submit to fate without unduly wrangle. Such complications frequently occur. Life is one closely complicated tangle. Death is the only true unraveler.
Try we lifelong, we can never straighten out life's endless gain. Why should we in vain endeavor, guess and guess and guess again?
Life's a pudding full of plums.
Cares a canker that benumbs.
Life's a pudding full of plums.
Cares a canker
That benumbs. Wherefore waste our elocution on impossible solution? Life's a pleasant institution. Let us take it as it comes. Let us take it as it comes. Set aside the dull enigma, we shall get it all too soon.
failure,
Failure bring the kind of sting. Can't return another shoe. String the line for the cup. Lest on sorrow we should stop. String the line for the cup. Lest on sorrow we should stop. Hop and skip and fancies fiddle, nuns and cross and down the middle. That's perhaps the only riddle that we shrink from giving up. That's perhaps the only riddle that we shrink from giving up. Then take it as it comes. Take it as it comes. String the love, fill the cup, lest on sorrow we should stop. Take life as it comes. Bridegroom and bride, bridegroom and bride.
When a merry maiden marries, sorrow goes and pleasure tarries. Every song becomes a song. All is right and nothing's wrong. From today and ever after, let our tears be tears of laughter. Every sigh that lights our bed be a sigh of sweet content. When you marry, merry maiden, then the air with love is laden. Every flower is a rose, every goose becomes a swan. Every kind of trouble goes where the last year's snows have gone. Sunlight takes the place of shade when you marry, merry maid. When a pleasure tarries, every sound becomes a song. All is right and nothing's wrong. No, it can't take you sorrow, kept you gone until tomorrow. Jealousy's in liberty, evil things of yesterday. When you marry Mary Maiden, then the air with joy is laden. All the corners of the earth ring with music sweetly played. Worry is melodious mirth, grief is joy in masquerade. Some night is love.
Night is laughing day. The year is merry May. All is merry May. Merry May. Merry May.
All the year is merry.
And now our lines can begin in real earnest. I mean, what is a bachelor? He's a nothing, a mere nothing, a chrysalis. I mean, he can't be said to live. I mean, he exists.
What a delightful institution marriage is. Why have we wasted all this time? Why didn't we marry 10 years ago?
Because you couldn't find anybody nice enough. Because you were waiting for us.
I suppose that was the reason. We were waiting for you without knowing it. Hello.
Good morning.
Oh, if this man is an undertaker, it's a very bad omen.
Ceremony of some sort going on?
He is an undertaker. No, just a little unimportant family gathering. Nothing in your line.
I see. Somebody's birthday, I suppose.
Yes, mine. And mine.
And mine.
And mine.
A curious coincidence. And how old may you all be?
Oh, it's a rude question, but about 10 minutes.
Remarkably fine children, but surely you were jesting.
In other words, we were married about 10 minutes since.
You don't mean to say that you are married?
Oh, yes, we are married.
What? Both of you?
All four of us.
Oh, dear me, how very, very unfortunate. Oh.
Don't mind, I suppose. You were not thinking of either of us for yourself,
No.
I presume. Oh, Giuseppe, look at him. He was.
I know.
He's heartbroken.
No, I wasn't. I was not.
Now, my man, we don't want anything in your line today, so if you've satisfied your curiosity, you may go.
You must not call me your man. It's a liberty. I don't think you know whom I am.
Not we indeed. We are jolly Gondoliers, the sons of Baptisto Palmieri, who led the last revolution. Republicans, heart and soul, we hold all men to be equal. As we abhor oppression, we abhor kings. As we detest vainglory, we detest rank. As we despise effeminacy, we despise wealth. We are Venetian Gondoliers, your equals in everything except our calling, and in that at once, both your masters, sir, and your servants.
One of you may be the son of Baptisto Palmieri for anything I know to the contrary, but the other is no less a personage than the son of the late King of Barataria. And I trust it was the one that slapped me on the back and called me his man.
One of us a king, not brothers.
The King of Barataria?
But which is it?
What does it matter, since you are both Republicans and hold kings in detestation? You will, of course, abdicate at once. Good morning.
Oh, don't do that.
And as to that, of course, there are kings and there are kings. Now, when I say that I detest kings, I mean that I detest bad kings.
Ah, I see. It's a delicate distinction.
Quite so. Now, I can conceive a kind of king, an ideal king, the creature of my fancy, you know, who would be absolutely unobjectionable. The sort of king, for instance, who would abolish taxes and make everything cheap, except gondolas, of course.
Yes. And give a great many free entertainments for the gondoliers.
Yes, and little fireworks on the Grand Canal and engage all the gondolas for the occasion.
And scramble money on the Rialto among the gondoliers.
Such a king would be a blessing to his people, and if I were a king, that is the sort of king that I would be.
So would I.
Oh, good. I'm glad to see that your objections are not insuperable.
Oh, they're
They're not insuperable.
No, they're not insuperable.
Besides, we are open to conviction.
Yes, they're open to conviction. Oh, they've often been convicted.
Yeah, our ideas may have been hastily formed on insufficient grounds. They may be ill-formed, crude, even erroneous. I have a very poor opinion of the politician who isn't open to conviction.
Oh, he's a fine fellow.
Yes, that's the sort of politician for my money.
Oh, good. Well, that's settled. Now, as the country is in a state of insurrection, it is essential that you assume the reins of government at once. I've therefore arranged for you to reign jointly, so that there can be no question as to the validity of your acts.
As one individual.
As one individual.
Like this?
Well, something like that.
And we may take our friends with us and give them places about the court.
Well, naturally, Mr. Blair did it all the time.
Well, I'm convinced.
So am I.
Then the sooner we're off, the better. We'll just
Oh, right.
run home and pack up a few things.
No. That won't do at all. Ladies are not admitted.
What?
Not admitted. Not to begin with. Maybe later we'll see.
You don't mean to say that you're going to separate us from our wives?
Well, only for a few months. I mean, after all, what is a few months?
But we've only been married half
Kind sir, you cannot have the heart our lives to part from those to whom an hour ago we were united. Before flowing hopes you step and look at them, and pause before you dare this blow uninvited. You men can never understand that heart and hand cannot be separated when we go a-yearning. You see, you've only women's eyes to idolize, and only women's hearts for men to set you burning. You men will never understand that woman's heart is one with woman's hand. Some kind of charm you seem to find in womankind, some source of unexplained delight. I love your jesting, but what attracts you, I confess, I cannot guess. To me, a woman's face is quite uninteresting. If from my sister I were torn, it would be borne. I should no doubt be horrified, but I could bear it. But love is quite another thing. He is my king, he has my heart, but none beside can ever share it. You men will never understand that woman's heart is one with woman's hand.
Do not submit to this uncalled for grief. Your separation will be very brief. To ascertain which is the king and which the other, to Barateria's court I'll bring his foster mother. a former nursling to declare she'll be delighted. That settled, let each happy pair be reunited.
Viva, his argument is strong. Viva, will not be parted long. Viva, it will be settled soon. Viva, then comes a honeymoon. Viva, viva, viva.
Then one of us will be a queen and sit on a golden throne, with a crown instead of a hat on her head and diamonds on her own, with a beautiful robe of gold and green. I've always understood. I wonder whether she'd wear a feather. I rather think she should.
Oh, 'tis a glorious thing, I mean, to be a regular royal queen. No half and half affair, I mean, no half and half affair. After right down regular royal queen. She'll drive about in a carriage and pair with the king on her left-hand side, and a milk-white horse as a matter of course whenever she wants to ride, with beautiful silver shoes to wear upon her dainty feet, and endless stocks of beautiful frocks, and as much as she wants to eat. Oh, 'tis a glorious thing, I mean, to be a regular royal queen. No half and half affair, I mean, no half and half affair, but right down regular royal queen.
Whenever she condescends to walk, be sure she'll shine at that, with a haughty stare to loosen the air like a well-born aristocrat. At elegant high society talk, she'll bear away the bell, with her howdy-do and her how are you, and I trust I see you well.
Oh, 'tis a glorious thing, I mean, to be a regular royal queen. No half and half affair, I mean, no half and half affair, but right down regular royal queen. And noble lords will scrape and bow and double themselves in two, and open their eyes in blank surprise at whatever she cares to do. And everybody will roundly vow she's fair as flowers in May, and say, how clever, at whatsoever she condescends to say. Oh, 'tis a glorious thing, I mean, to be a regular royal queen. No half and half affair, I mean, no half and half affair, but right down regular royal queen. Oh, 'tis a glorious thing, I mean, to be a regular royal queen. Right down regular royal queen. As I find I'm a king to my kingdom, I bid you all I'm a where you object to pavilions and palaces, but you'll find I respect Republican palaces. You'll find I respect your Republican palaces. How can they respect our Republican palaces? For everyone who feels inclined, some post we undertake to find congenial with his frame of mind, and all shall equal be. The Chancellor in his peruke, the Earl, the Marquis, and the Duke, the groom, the butler, and the cook, they all shall equal be. The aristocrat who banks the cooks, the aristocrat who hunts and shoots, the aristocrat who cleans our boots, they all shall equal be. The noble lord who rules the state, the noble lord who scrubs the great, the noble lord who scrubs the great, they all shall equal be. The Lord High Bishop, orthodox, the Lord High Coachman on the
box.
The Lord-Tide vagabond in the stocks, they all shall equal be.
For everyone who feels inclined, suppose we undertake to find, continue with his frame of mind, continue with his frame of mind, and all shall equal be. Sing high, sing low, wherever they go. Sing high, sing low, wherever they go. Wherever they go, wherever they go, they all shall equal be. Sing high, sing low, wherever they go. Sing high, sing low, wherever they go. Wherever they go, wherever they go, they all shall equal be. The old soft twist, and the first the top, hands the top, continue with the same of mind, continue with the same of mind, and all shall equal be. And heaven live, whichever you may be, to you is and to not come, let's away, our island crown awaits me. Conflicting feelings rend my soul apart. The thought of royal dignity elates me. But leaving thee behind me breaks my heart.
Farewell, my love, on board you must be getting. But while upon the sea you gaily roam, remember that our heart for thee is fretting. The tender little heart you left at No more good wishes here while you're away. It's understood you will be good and will not stray. To every choice of maiden place you will be blind, and will not chance by any chance on womankind. If you are wise, you shut your eyes till we arrive, and not address a lady less than 45. You're pleased to frown on every gown that you may see, and oh, I bet you forget you married me. And oh, my darling, oh, my pet, whatever else you may forget in yonder island sea, do not forget you've married me.
government, we find the beau ideal of its kind.
A despotism strict combined with absolute equality, with absolute equality.
Of happiness, the very great imperative you may see. A monarchy that's tempered with republican equality. Republican equality.
To kings of undue pride bereft, who act in perfect unity, who human order right and left with absolute impunity, who put their subjects at their ease by doing all they can to please, and thus to earn their bread and cheese seize every opportunity, and thus to earn their bread and cheese seize every opportunity. We act in perfect unity. We act in perfect unity.
Of happiness, the very perfect baritone you may sing. A monarchy that's tempered with republican equality. Republican equality, tempered with equality.
Gentlemen, we are much obliged to you for your expressions of satisfaction and good feeling. I say, we are much obliged to you for your expressions of satisfaction and good feeling.
We are you.
We're delighted at any time to fall in with sentiments so charmingly expressed.
That's right.
At the same time, there is just one little grievance that we should like to ventilate.
What?
Don't be alarmed, it's not serious. It is arranged that until it is decided which of us two is the actual king, we are to act as one person.
Exactly.
Now, although we act as one person, we are in point of fact two persons.
I don't think we can go into that. It is a legal fiction, and legal fictions are solemn things. Situated as we are, we cannot recognise two independent responsibilities.
No, but you can recognise two independent appetites. It's all very well to say we act as one person, but when you supply us with only one ration between us, well, I should describe it as a legal fiction carried a little too far.
That's rather a nice point, but don't forget, this isn't just ordinary food. This is G&S food.
But what are we to do in the meantime? We want our tea!
I think we may make an interim order for double rations upon their Majesties entering into the usual undertakings in case of an adverse decision.
That, I think, should make the case. But you must work hard. Stick to it. Nothing like work.
Most certainly. I mean, we quite understand that for a man to hold the magnificent position of king, he must do something to deserve it. I mean, we are called Your Majesty. We are allowed to buy ourselves magnificent clothes. Our subjects frequently nod to us in the streets, and the sentries always return our salutes. And we have the inestimable privilege of heading the subscription lists to all the principal charities. Now, in return for such advantages, I think the least we can do is to make ourselves useful about the palace. Rising early in the morning, we proceed to light the fire. Then our Majesty, adorning in its working-day attire, we embark without delay on the duties of the day. First, we polish off some batches of political dispatches and foreign politicians circumvent. Then, if business isn't heavy, we may hold a royal levy or ratify some acts of parliament. Then we probably receive the household troops with the usual shallow humps and shallow hoops, or receive the ceremonial and state an interesting Eastern potentate. After that, we generally go and dress our private valley. It's a rather nervous duty. He's a touchy little man. Writes some letters literary for our private secretary. He is shaky in his spelling, so we help him if we can. Then, in view of cravings inner, we go down and order dinner. Then we polish the regalia and the coronation plate. spend an hour in titivating all our gentlemen in waiting, and we run on little errands for the ministers of state. Oh, philosophers we sing of the troubles of a king, but the duties there are many and of troubles there are none. But the germinating pleasure that we treasure beyond measure is to run on little errands for the ministers of state. Oh,
Philosophers we sing of the troubles of the king, but the duties there are many and the privilege is great. But the privilege and pleasure that we treasure beyond measure is to run on little errands for the ministers of state.
After luncheon, making merry on a bun and glass of sherry, if we've nothing in particular to do, we may make a proclamation or receive a deputation, then we possibly create a peer or two. Then we commonly review the House of Troops, and the gala hopes and hopes, or we dress and toddle off in semi-state to a festival, a function, or a fete. Then we go and stand a sentry at the palace private entry, marching hither, up and down and to and fro. Warrior on duty goes in search of beer and beauty, and it generally happens that he hasn't far to go. He relieves us if he's able just in time to lay the table, then we dine and serve the coffee, and at 12:30 or 1. With a pleasure that's emphatic, we retire to our attic with a gratifying feeling that our duty has been done. Oh, philosophers may sing of the troubles of a king, but the duties are delightful and the privilege is great. But the privilege and pleasure that we treasure beyond measure to run our little errands for the ministers of state. Oh, philosophers may sing of the troubles of a king, but the pleasures there are many and the worries there are none. But the culminating pleasure that we treasure beyond measure is to run our little errands for the duty has been done. Yes, it really is a singularly pleasant existence. They're also kind and considerate, aren't they? You know, you never find them wanting to do this or wanting to do that or saying it's my turn. No. They leave all the fun to us, and they never seem to grudge it.
No, makes them feel quite selfish. It's almost like taking advantage of their good nature.
Yes. I mean, look how kind they were about the double rations.
Most considerate. There's only one thing wanting to make our lives truly comfortable.
And that is?
Well, the little wives we left behind us 3 months ago.
Yes. It is dull without female society. We can do without everything else, but we can't do without that.
No. And if we have that in perfection, we have everything. There is only one recipe for a happy existence. Take a pair of sparkling eyes in a never and anon, in a merciful eclipse. Do not heed them, my surprise, having passed a Rubicon. Take a pair of rosy lips. Take a figure trimly planned, such as admiration weds. Be particular in this. Take a tender little hand, trimmed with dainty fingerets. Press it, in parenthesis. Take all these, you lucky man. Take and keep them if you can. If you can, take all these, you lucky man. Take and keep them if you can. If you can. Take a pretty little coat, quite a miniature affair, hung about with trellis vine. Furnish it upon the spot with the treasures rich and rare I've endeavored to define. Live to love and love to live, you will ripen at your ease, growing on the sunny side. Fate has nothing more to give, you're a dainty man to please. If you're not satisfied, act upon it if you can, take my counsel, happy man, act upon it if you can, Take my counsel, happy man. Act upon it if you can, act upon it if you can, happy man, if you can.
Delightful surprise.
Yes, we thought you'd like it. You see, it was like this. After you left, we felt very dull and mopey, and the days crawled by. And you never wrote. So at last I said to Ginetta, I can't stand this any longer. Those two poor monarchs haven't got anyone to mend their stockings and sew on their buttons and patch their clothes. At least, I hope they have. So let us all pack up a change and go and see how they're getting on. And she said, done. And they all said, done. And
we asked old Jacopo to lend us his boat, and he said, done. And we've crossed the sea, and thank goodness that's done. And here we are, and I've done.
And now tell us, which of you is king?
And which of us is queen?
Well, that we shan't know until the nurse turns up. But enough of that. The main question is, how are we going to celebrate the commencement of our honeymoon? Gentlemen, will you allow us to throw you a magnificent banquet?
Oh, we will.
Thanks very much. And ladies, what would you say to a banquet? Or even a dance? A dance!
A banquet and a dance?
Yes.
Oh, it's too much happiness.
And the critically latter.
Oh, seriously, drink once a meal, Montero full wine when it comes in abundance. Enhances the reckless delight of the promise of dances, the wellness delights of the wellness delight. Danza Conchita, Fernando Bolero, seriously, drink once a meal, Montero. Wine when it comes in abundance, enhances the reckless delight of the promise of
Good evening. Fancy ball?
No, not exactly. A friendly little dance, that's all. So sorry you're late.
But I saw a groom dancing and a footman.
That was the Lord High Footman.
And, good gracious me, a trombonist.
Oh, that's the Lord High Trombonist.
But surely the servants' hall is the place for these gentry?
Oh, dear, no. We have appropriated the servants' hall. It is now the royal apartments, accessible only by tickets obtainable in advance from the Lord Chamberlain's office.
No, we really must have some place we can call our own.
I'm afraid the intellectual pressures of this conversation are too much for me.
Well, you see, the monarchy has been remodelled on republican principles.
What?
Every department now ranks equally, and everybody is at the head of his department.
I see.
I feel you're annoyed.
No, I wouldn't say that exactly. It's just not what I expected.
I'm awfully sorry.
So am I.
By the by, can I offer you something after your journey? Linguine and the limoncello, perhaps?
No, thank you. Nothing.
Oh, I see. Obliged to be careful, are we?
Yes, gout. Oh. You see, in every court, there are distinctions that must be observed.
There are there?
Yes, for instance, you wouldn't have a Lord High Chancellor playing leapfrog with his cook.
Why not?
Why not? Why not? Because a Lord High Chancellor is a personage of great dignity, who should under no circumstances put himself in the position of being told to tuck in his tuppenny, except by noblemen of his own rank. A Lord High Archbishop might tell a Lord High Chancellor to tuck in his tuppenny, but not a cook, gentlemen, certainly not a cook.
Not even a Lord High Cook?
Oh, that is not a rank that is recognised in the Lord Chamberlain's office. was an instance in which the experiment was tried.
There lived a king, as I've been told, in the wonder-working days of old, when hearts were twice as good as gold and 20 times as mellow. Good temper triumphed in his face, and in his heart he held a place for all the erring human race and every wretched fellow. When he had Rhenish wine to drink, he found it very hard to think that some junket or a jink must be content with toddy. With toddy, must be content with toddy. He wished all men as rich as he, and he was rich as rich could be. So to the top of every tree promoted everybody.
Now that's the kind of king for me. He wished all men as rich as he. So to the top of every tree promoted everybody.
Lord Chancellors were cheap as sprats, and bishops in their shovel hats were plentiful as tabby cats, in point of fact too many. Ambassadors cropped up like hay, prime ministers and such as they grew like asparagus in May, and dukes were 3 a penny. On every side field marshals gleamed, old Smallbeer, Lord's Lieutenant Dean, with admirals the ocean teemed all round his wide dominions.
With admirals all round his wide dominions.
And party leaders you might meet in 2s and 3s in every street, maintaining with no little heat their various opinions.
Now that's a sight you couldn't beat. 2 party leaders in the street, maintaining with no little heat their various opinions.
That king, although no one denies, his heart was of abnormal size, yet he'd have acted otherwise if he had been acuter. The end is easily foretold when every blessed thing you hold is made of silver or of gold. You long for simple pewter, when you'll have nothing else to wear but cloth of gold and satins rare. But cloth of gold you'll cease to care. Up goes the price of shoddy.
Of shoddy, up goes the price of shoddy.
In short, whoever you may be, to this conclusion you'll agree, when everyone is somebody, then no one's anybody.
Now that's as plain as plain can be. To this conclusion we agree, when everyone is somebody, then no one's anybody.
I have some important news to communicate. His Grace the Duke of Plaza Torre, Her Grace the Duchess, and their beautiful daughter Casilda. I say their beautiful daughter Casilda.
We heard you.
Have arrived in Barataria and will be here very shortly.
The Duke and Duchess are nothing to us.
But the daughter, the beautiful daughter, oh, you're a lucky dog, one of you.
I have to say, sir, that you are a very incomprehensible old gentleman.
No, not a bit of it. Let me explain. Many, many years ago, when you, whichever you are, were a baby, you, whichever you are, were married to a lady who has grown up to be the most beautiful lady in Spain. And she will be here to claim you, whichever you are, in half an hour. And I congratulate that one, whichever it is, with all of my heart.
Married? When a baby?
But we were married 3 months ago.
Oh, only one of you. The other, I'm afraid, is an unintentional bigamist.
My word!
Who are these young persons?
Who are we? Why, their wives, of course. We've just arrived.
Their wives? Oh, God, this is very, very unfortunate.
Do you mean to say that one of these monarchs was already married?
And that neither of us will be a queen?
Well, that is the idea that I intended to convey.
Tessa, my dear child.
Get away! Perhaps it's you.
Oh, my poor little wife.
Don't! Who knows whose husband you are? And pray, why did you not tell us all about it before they left Venice?
Because if I had, nothing would have induced them to leave two such irresistible and fascinating young ladies.
There's something in that.
But you will not long be kept in suspense. The nurse to whom the royal babe was entrusted is waiting for me in my torture chamber.
Oh, go. Hadn't you better go and get put out of her suspense or something?
Oh, no, there's no hurry at all. I've made her read hundreds of back numbers of scene 1. And that must be hell. But I will go and interrogate her. Okay. In the meantime, may I suggest the absolute propriety of you two remaining single young ladies?
Well, here's a pleasant state of things.
Delightful. One of us is married to 2 young ladies, and nobody knows which, and the other is married to 1 young lady whom nobody can identify.
And one of us is married to one of you, and the other is married to nobody.
But which of you is married to which of us? And what's to become of the other?
Oh, it's quite simple. Observe. 2 husbands have somehow managed to acquire 3 wives. 3 wives, 2 husbands. That's, 2/3 of a husband for each wife.
Oh, Mount Vesuvius, here we are in arithmetic. My good sir, one cannot marry a vulgar fraction.
You have no right to call me a vulgar fraction.
The situation is rather mixed. We are getting entangled. Let us try to comb it out.
And a tranquil frame of mind, free from every kind of passion, some solution let us find. Let us grasp the situation, solve the complicated plot. Quiet, calm deliberation disentangles every knot.
I know Dr. Samuel, that's of course a slice of luck. He is rather dull, distinctly he's a duck.
Janetta, I was mated, I can prove it in a trice. Though her charms are overrated, still I own she's rather nice.
I do Tessa really did. All at once a shrinking fell. She is what is called a silly, till she answers pretty well. She's a silly, till she answers pretty well.
Now when we were pretty babies, someone married us, that's clear.
And if I can cut her, I'll pitch her and send her and send her away with a fling and career.
Lady Mary, you receive her, can't refuse.
If I are the table, I'll run it, I'll make it to shake in her aristocratic shape. She's married, you're just saying you and he will not solve. If I have to do it, I'll warrant you won't. I'll teach you to marry the man of my heart. If she married Messer Markle, you're a spinster. So go and be mine again. Let her, I don't if I'm never will know her again. If I have to do it, I want to be mine again. Don't be mine again.
Quiet, calm deliberation disentangles
Slight attention touches heart of duke
and heart of duchess who resigned their pet
with profound regret.
She of beauty was a model
When a tiny tiddle toddle and at 21.
She's excelled by none.
At 21.
She's excelled by none. At 21.
She's excelled by none.
She comes to claim the royal hand. We'll make that pretty little novel, waiting for the king who rules this goodly land. He prays and bows his hand.
Be so good as to inform His Majesty that the Duke of Plaza Toro Limited has arrived and seeks
Demands.
and demands an audience. And now, my child, prepare to receive the husband to whom you were united in such interesting and romantic circumstances.
But which is it? There are two of them.
Well, yes, it is true that at the present His Majesty is a double gentleman, but as soon as the circumstances of his marriage are ascertained, he will, ipso facto, boil down to be a single gentleman, thus presenting the unique example of an individual who becomes a single man and a married man by the same operation.
I have known instances in which the characteristics of both conditions existed concurrently in the same individual.
Oh, he couldn't have been a Plaza Toro.
Oh, couldn't he, though?
Well, whatever happens, I shall, of course, be a dutiful wife. But I can never love my husband.
Well, I don't know. It's surprising what unprepossessing people one can love when one puts one's mind to it.
I loved your father.
My love, that was a little hard, I think. Rather cruel, perhaps. Somewhat uncalled for, I venture to believe.
It was very difficult, my dear. But I said to myself, that man is a duke, and I will love him. Several of my relations bet I couldn't, but I did. Desperately. On the day when I was wedded to your admirable sire, I acknowledge that I dreaded an explosion of his ire. I was overcome with panic, for his temper was volcanic, and I didn't dare revolt, for I feared a thunderbolt. I was always very wary, for his fury was ecstatic, his refined vocabulary most unpleasantly emphatic. To the thunder of that Tartar, I knocked under like a martyr. When intently he was fuming, I was gently unassuming. When reviling me completely, I was smiling very sweetly. I was smiling very sweetly, very sweetly. Giving him the very best and getting back the very worst. That is how I tried to tame your great progenitor at first. Giving him the very best and getting back the very worst. That is how I tried to tame your great progenitor at first. But I found that a reliance on my threatening appearance, and a resolute defiance of the right and interference, and a gentle intimation of my firm determination to see what I could do to be wife and husband too, was the only thing required for to make his temper supple, and you couldn't have desired a more reciprocating couple, ever willing to be wooing. We were billing, we were cooing. When I merely from him parted, we were nearly broken-hearted. When in sequel reunited, we were equally delighted. We were equally delighted. shot in guns and colours, nailed them to the mast. I tamed your insignificant progenitor at last. So with double shot in guns and colours, nailed them to the mast. I tamed your insignificant progenitor at last.
My husband sees what a shady family he is married into, he will repudiate the contract altogether.
Shady? A nobleman shady who is blazing in the lustre of unaccustomed pocket money? A nobleman shady who can look back on 95 quarterings? It's not every nobleman who's 95 quarters in arrear. I mean who can look back on 95 of them. And this just at a time when I have been floated at a premium. Oh, fie.
Your Majesty is surely unaware that directly Your Majesty's father came before the public, he was applied for over and over again.
Her Majesty's father was in the habit of being applied for over and over again, and very urgently applied for too, long before he was registered under the Limited Liabilities Act. To help unhappy commoners and add to their enjoyment, affords a man of noble rank congenial employment. Of our attempts we offer examples illustrative. The work is light, and may I add, it's most remunerative. Small titles and orders for mayors and recorders I get, and they're highly delighted.
They're highly delighted.
MPs baroneted, sham colonels gazetted, and second-rate aldermen knighted.
Yes, aldermen knighted.
Foundation stone laying I find very pain. It adds a large sum to my makings.
Large sums to his making.
Charity dinners, the best of spree spinners, I get 10% of the takings.
1/10 of the takings. I present to the lady whose conduct is shady, who's smacking of doubtful propriety.
Doubtful propriety.
When virtue would quash her, I take and whitewash her and launch her in first-rate society.
First-rate society.
I recommend acres of clumsy dressmakers, the feet and the finishing touches.
Their finishing touches.
A sum in addition they pay for permission to say that they make for the Duchess.
They make for a Duchess. Those pressing prevailers, those ready-made tailors quote me as their great double barrel.
Their great double barrel.
I allow them to do so that Robinson Crusoe would jibe at such wearing apparel.
Such wearing apparel.
I sit by selection upon the direction of several companies' bubble.
All companies bubble.
As soon as they're floated, I'm freely banknoted. I'm pretty well paid for my troubles.
He's paid for his trouble. At middle-class mate, I play at écarté. I'm by no means a beginner.
She's not a beginner.
To one of my station, the remuneration, 5 guineas a night at my dinner.
And wine with a dinner.
I write letters blatant on medicine's patent, and use any other you mustn't.
Believe me, you mustn't.
And though my complexion derives its perfection from somebody's soap, which it doesn't.
Believe me, it doesn't. We're ready and witness to anyone's fitness to fill any place or preferment.
A place or preferment. We're often in waiting, then junket or fating, and sometimes attend an interment.
We enjoy an interment.
In short, you kindles
us life with a swindle, simpletons into your clutches, yes, into your clutches. Or hoodwink or debtor, you cannot do better than drag
out a duke or a duchess.
A duke or a duchess. Their Majesties, Their Majesties.
The Duke of Plaza Toro, I believe.
The same. Allow me to present...
Oh, the young lady one of us married.
Gentlemen, I am the most obedient servant of one of you. Louis.
I am now about to address myself to the gentleman to whom my daughter is married. The other may allow his attention to wander if he so wishes, for what I am about to say does not concern him. Sir, you will find in this young lady a combination of excellences that you would look for in any other young lady who did not have the good fortune to be my daughter. There seems to be some doubt as to which is the gentleman I am addressing and which is the gentleman that is allowing his attention to wander. But when that doubt is resolved, I shall say, still addressing the attentive gentleman, take her, and may she make your life happier than her mother has made me.
Sir?
Oh, if possible. And now, sirs, there is something which I think I am entitled to make exception. I come here in state with Her Grace, the Duchess, and Her Majesty, my daughter, and what do I find? Do I find, for instance, a guard of honour to receive me? No. No. The town illuminated? No.
No.
A royal salute fired? No.
No.
Refreshments provided? Oh, no. Triumphal arches erected? Oh, no. The bells set ringing?
No.
Yes, one. The visitors, and I rang it myself. It is not enough. Gentlemen, it is not enough.
Upon my honour, I am most awfully sorry, but you see, I was raised in a gondola, and I'm afraid my ideas of politeness are confined to taking my cap off to my passengers when they tip me.
Well, that's all very well in its way, but it is not enough.
I'll take off anything else within reason.
But a royal salute for my daughter, it costs so little.
Papa, I don't want to salute.
Sir, when it is known which of us two is entitled to take that liberty, she shall have as many salutes as she wishes.
And as for guards of honour and triumphal arches, you don't know our people. They won't stand for it.
Yeah, very offhanded, very offhanded indeed.
But you mustn't allow them. You must keep your court in proper discipline. You must impress them with your importance. You won't deport them. Carriage.
We've got a carriage.
Manner. Dignity. There must be a good deal of this sort of thing. And a good deal of this sort of thing. I see you. I see you. And possibly a soupçon of this sort of thing.
What song?
Soupçon. French, you know. Of this sort of thing. It's all very useful and most effective. Attend to me. I am a subject. You are a king. Very good. I am a courtier, brave and serious, who is about to kiss your hand. Try to combine the pose imperious with a demeanour nobly bland.
Let us combine a pose imperious with a demeanour nobly bland.
That if anything's too unbending, too aggressively stiff and grand, now to the other extreme you're tending, don't be seducedly condescending.
Now to the other extreme you're tending, don't be so dreadfully condescending.
Hard to please some noblemen seem, but first if anything too unbending, off we go
go to the other extreme, too confoundedly condescending.
Now I gavotte the phone sedately, offer your hand with conscious pride. Take an attitude not too stately, still sufficiently dignified.
Now for an attitude not too stately, still sufficiently dignified.
Once-ly, twicely, bow impressively ere you glide. Capital, report it nicely. That is the style of the thing precisely.
Capital both, report it nicely. That is the style of it precisely.
To one a nobleman's race. Capital both, report it nicely. Supposing he's right in what he says, this is the style of being precisely. The old birds have gone away and left the young chickens together. Now that's what I call tact.
It's very awkward. Don't you think we ought to tell her how we're situated? It's only fair on the poor girl.
Well, why don't you do it?
No, I'd rather you.
I don't know where to begin. Madam, that is, several of us,
Gentlemen, I'm bound to listen to you, but it is only right to tell you that not knowing I was married in infancy, I'm over head and ears in love with somebody else.
Our case exactly. We are over head and ears in love with somebody else as well. In point of fact, our wives.
Your wives? Then you are married.
It's not our fault. We knew nothing about it. We are sisters in misfortune.
My good girls, I don't blame you. Only, before we go any further, we really must come to some satisfactory arrangement, or we shall get hopelessly complicated.
Here's the case unprecedented, here's a king of queers. Ever since marriage was first invented, never was known a case so hard.
I'm ever said to have been bisected by a profound catastrophe.
No calamity unexpected, I am divisible into three.
I'm ever said to have been bisected.
I am divisible into three. No calamity, I am divisible into three.
Oh, morally so, how can you call marriage a state of unity? An excellent husband's heart bisected, twice divisible into three. Oh, morally so, how can you call marriage a state of unity? Unity. Morally so, how can you call marriage a state of unity? Morally so, how can you call marriage a state of unity? Marriage a state of union true, when half of myself has married to half of ye. gather round. The prince's foster mother has been found. She will declare with silver clarion sound the rightful king. Let him forthwith be crowned.
Attention.
The news we see this moment mentioned. Was he brave?
His foster mother.
Is he the king, or this my brother?
Speak, woman, speak! Speak, woman, speak!
The royal prince was by the king entrusted to my fond care, ere I grew old and crusted. When traitors came to steal his son reputed, my own small boy I deftly substituted. The villains fell into the trap completely. I hid the prince away, still sleeping sweetly. I called him son with pardonable slyness. His name, Louis. Behold his royal highness.
Is this indeed the king? Oh, wondrous revelation! Oh, what is there to think unknown for situation?
This statement we receive with sentiments conflicting, our hearts rejoice and grieve, each other contradicting. To those whom we adore, we can be reunited on one point rather sore, but on the whole delighted.
When others claimed thy dainty hand, I waited.
As prudence, so I understand, dictated.
By virtue of our recorded, your pure and patient love is now rewarded.
Then hail, O King, on a golden land, and a high throne bright prudence in hand. The cause is dead, and you claim your own, a royal crown and a golden throne. Once more, Gondoliers, most skillful and wary, free from this from wary, from tense